talk about something a lot of us do even without realizing it. We shrink ourselves. We shift who we are. We hide pieces of ourselves just to be liked, loved, or kept. If you've ever thought, if I don't change, they're gonna leave me, this episode is for you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. These opinions and everything that I say on my podcast are just that. They are my opinions. Just someone who has had these conversations with other girls and women and friends for years, and now I'm having it with you. So, who's excited? Let's go. Let's dive into this episode because I am excited for this one. So, why we change, or ways that we change without even realizing it. So, what does that actually look like? Well, maybe you act like you're fine when you're not. You say, I'm good, just to avoid a fight. Pretend to like something when you actually hate it. You dress or act differently when you're around someone. You stay silent about something that really matters to you. Why do we do this? Well, because we're afraid of being too much, too opinionated, too emotional, too real. But here's the truth. If someone only likes you when you're watered down, they don't really like you at all. And I know that that's hard to process and think that someone might not like you, but it's true. So why do we feel this pressure to change, this pressure to be something that we're not? It's not just from a partner either. It can be from everywhere, including our friends. We're raised to be liked, to be agreeable, to be the cool girl. We hear things like, don't be clingy, don't overthink, don't be so sensitive. So we smile when we want to cry. We say yes when we really mean no. And we hide our feelings to protect their feelings, even though we're the ones hurting on the inside. But if you have to change who you are to be loved, girls, boys, I tell you right now, that is not love. That's a performance. And we should never have to perform for anybody. So what real love should feel like and look like. So let's talk about it for a second. Let's talk about real connection and about the green flags. The kind of energy that says, I see you, I hear you, you don't have to pretend. Not with me, not about who you are or what you like. So, first one, they don't make you feel bad for setting boundaries. 2, they listen when you talk to them. And I mean really listen. I don't mean they're kind of listening, hearing what you say, yeah, oh okay. But they're off watching the TV behind you, or they're scrolling on their phone as you're trying to have a conversation with them. That's not listening, okay? It's really not. Don't ever let someone do that to you. And if they are doing that to you, remove yourself from the situation. They're just not engaged with you. You're not going to get anything from it, and it's just going to make you feel bad when really you shouldn't be feeling bad, and they're just an asshole, okay? So next one would be they're curious about your world, not just what you do for them, right? And they don't need you to be perfect. They just want you to be honest, and they let you be you. You don't need to earn real love by becoming less of yourself, okay? And I'm going to talk about a couple of my own personal situations where I have changed myself, and that's why this is also another important episode for me to talk to you guys about, because I have recently spent a lot of time trying to find myself again. And it's not the first time that I've had to do this because of a relationship that I have been in, unfortunately. There's been a few times where I've lost myself, I've changed myself, and I can tell you guys that you will never fully get back 100% of who you used to be. There's going to be like broken parts of yourself that you will never get back no matter how hard you try, and I never want you guys to feel that way or get to this point. And I know a lot of women that also feel this way. So that's why this is important for me to want to talk to you guys about, because I want to help you not ever get to this point in your life. So I've been in a lot of relationships, whether that's been with like friends or boyfriends, mainly boyfriends. For some reason, I can put in really strict boundaries when it comes to my friends and how I expect to be treated and want to be treated by how I also treat you. I think I'm a fabulous friend. I think I'm a great friend. I'm always there for the people in my life that I love, and I'm willing to like move mountains for them. I don't expect people to move mountains for me, but I just expect the same respect when it comes to my friendships. So I do have pretty strict boundaries with that, and I follow those boundaries for some reason. But when it comes to my relationships with men, I allow men to walk all over my boundaries all the time, or I used to, and I don't know where that came from. Maybe watching my parents' relationships, I guess. My parents were not, their marriage wasn't the greatest, I guess you could say. I know that I've talked about my parents before and how supportive they are of me, and how they were very open about talking about sex and that sort of thing, but unfortunately their marriage to each other was not a good one, so I didn't have the best representation of how a relationship should be, and I watched how one of my parents treated the other very poorly a lot and walked all over them a lot. And I think that is what gave me this understanding of that is how you treat someone and how you allow someone to treat you. So I allow men to treat me that way and walk all over me. But I'm changing that. So I have been told I'm fat. I have been told that if I am not with that person, I will end up alone because nobody else will want me, nobody else will put up with me. I have been told that I'm too much. I have been told that I am bossy. I have been told that I'm too independent. I have been told that I am a negative person. I have been told repeatedly that I need to change or they're gonna leave me. They never do, but I need to change or they're gonna leave me because I'm not good enough. I have been told that they can't help the type of body figure that they like as a man because it's like men are in their reptilian brain and it's not their fault that I don't have the type of body that they like, yet they're still with me for years. So basically, I have been consistently put down by these men in my life about myself, about who I am, about how I look, about how I dress even. I'm not a huge like girly girl. I was a tomboy growing up, and yeah, I'm not a girl that like wears dresses or short skirts or does my makeup or, you know, spends hours on my hair. Like, that's not for me. I would rather sleep an extra hour than get my ass out of bed just to fucking put some makeup on and be someone that I'm not. And I'm not saying that if you do like doing those things that you're not being someone that you're not. That's just not who I am. And if that's who you are, and you want to be that girl that wakes up and does your hair and does your makeup, that is who you are, and that is okay, and you should do that. That's just not who I am. I just never got into that sort of stuff. Again, I was a tomboy, so. But yeah, being told, you know, that I should wear makeup or I should dress a certain way by the men in my life. I allowed these people to make me feel like absolute fucking shit about myself, and I became quieter because I was too loud, you know. I had to try to be a really upbeat, positive person all the time because when I was having a bad day and I just wanted to like express to my partner about my day, that was me being negative. Even if something bad happened in my day, if I talked about that, that was me being negative, which it's not. That's just me wanting to tell my partner about how my day was, good or bad, and then being told that I'm negative. So I started to have to water myself down, not talk about my bad days. Like I started to think like, oh, maybe I am a negative person. Like, do I look at the world with like this negative view like he's telling me that I do, even though I was pretty sure that I didn't? And so it confused me in my own head about like who I was. And I'm sorry if I get emotional in this, but I've allowed a lot of men to do this to me and make me feel this way, and I don't want you guys to feel this way. Whatever your body looks like, if you're happy with that, that's wonderful. And you know what, even if you're not happy with your body, like don't get me wrong, I'm not. I used to be a lot skinnier, okay? I'm telling you right now, ladies, most of us gain weight as we get older. It's just fucking inevitable, okay? And I've never actually been happy with my body as I got older because of the way that men made me feel about my body. But I'm working on that now. But if you like your body, that's fabulous. If you don't like your body, that's okay too. And you should be able to feel safe in the relationship that you're in with the person that you're with, enough to express to them how much you don't like your body, but for them to still like work every day to tell you that you're beautiful and to try to make you feel wonderful about your body. And it should come even more on the days that you feel even shittier about your body. I wish that I had a man in my life that when I'm having days of like not liking myself due to my past, that he would step in on those days, especially those days, and just try to lift me up and make me feel good about myself, give me reassurance on how beautiful and sexy he thinks I am. That is the type of man that you want, okay? Those are the type of green flags that you want from a man, from your friends. People that lift you up, people that make you feel good, people that on your worst days are there to help bring you back up, right? That's what true friendship, that's what true love, true relationships, like that's what it's all about, is these people that just love you for every piece of you and that love you even more on the days that you don't love yourself. And that is what I want you guys to find, okay? Don't put up with the bullshit from men that make you feel less or make you feel like you have to dumb yourself down. And I'm not bossy. I'm not a bossy person, okay? I was a manager running a restaurant at McDonald's, okay? I was a boss there. And yeah, I guess sometimes I brought that home, but I don't consider it bossy. I'm organized. I like to have a plan. I like to have things in place. You know, I like things done a certain way, but only in a certain way where, like, if we're gonna go out for the day and we have to hit multiple spots, let's have a plan. Let's start furthest away from our house and make our way back. Or if we have like time limits on things, I'd like to stay within those time limits. I don't think that's bossy. I just think that's being very organized, and I've had a lot of men in my life tell me that that's just being bossy. Or I'm constantly the one that's having to plan everything because they don't take the initiative to do it. Or they tell me that I need to plan everything. I actually have one boyfriend who he was the one that like said that I was bossy the most and that I always had to like be in control. But anytime I asked him to take control, he couldn't do it. And then he would like argue with me that like I should be making him lists of things to do so he could remember, because he won't remember this stuff otherwise. So he's telling me that I'm bossy, but then he's telling me that I have to make him lists so that he knows what he has to do. So how can you want me to tell you what to do, but then tell me that I'm bossy? Like, it's just very contradicting, right? And again, then it makes you feel bad about yourself. So it's almost like gaslighting in a sense, because he's making me do something or asking me to do something one way for him, but then criticizing me for doing it that way for him and making me feel bad about myself. So these are just some examples, ladies, some red flags that you can watch for, so that you don't end up in these situations with these people. And this goes for your friends as well. If your friends are not making you feel good about yourself, or they're trying to tell you that you have to change, you should wear different clothes, you should do your makeup, you should do your hair, you should do these things with them, you should like these things that they like, those aren't your true friends. Your friends are going to accept you 100% for who you are, no matter what that is. I have some really amazing friends. One of my best friends, Sherry, I've been friends with for like 20 years. And both of us over 20 years have grown. We've changed. She has beautiful babies, beautiful children, babies. I still call them babies. They're not babies anymore. They're like 10 and 12. But she's got these beautiful babies, and I love so much, my niece and my nephew. But her and I have changed so much over 20 years of friendship. Yet we still love each other. We still support each other. We don't always agree with each other. But the best part about my friendship with her is when we don't always agree with each other, we can tell each other that without this fear of, oh my God, like she's not going to talk to me ever again if I tell her this, or oh my God, she's going to be so mad at me if I give her my honest opinion. That is not how it works with me and Sherry. Me and Sherry, we just fucking tell each other how it is with no fear. And we'll even say to each other at the start of a sentence, like, you might not want to hear this, or you might not like what I have to say, but, and then we say it, and the other person never like judges or criticizes or like says, you know, I can't believe that you just said that to me. Like, we will sit there and hear their side of it and hear their opinion and take it in. It doesn't mean that we have to like do what they're saying or agree with them, but I'm not going to hate her because she tells me she thinks that I should handle a situation differently than how I'm handling it or how I want to handle it. She's giving me advice. And that is what a true friendship is. So those are the types of friends that you guys should be looking for, is the people like that are going to love you no matter what you say to them, as long as you're saying it out of love, and vice versa. So what if you have already changed for someone, right? Good news, guys, okay? You can always come back to yourself. You are allowed to change your mind, outgrow someone, and take up space again, relearn who you are without pressure to please, okay? I want you guys to start small if this happens. Say the thing you usually keep in. Wear what you love. Be loud about what matters to you. I'm a fucking loud person, and I hate being told that like I'm yelling when I'm really not yelling. I'm just fucking loud. And watch who still stays. Those are your people. The ones that no matter what you do, how you look, whatever it is, they still stick around, they still love you. Those are your fucking people. Those are the people that you want to hang on to for as long as possible. Okay? Just remember, you're not here to perform. You're not here to shrink or water yourself down. And you're not here to be easy or cool or fucking perfect, because none of us are fucking perfect. You're here to be you, just you, and all that you are. And that is more than enough. All right, guys, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for being here and watching. And if you want to reach out to me privately, email me at beyondthebirdsandthebees101@gmail.com. And don't forget to come back in 2 weeks, where we're going to talk about how to handle a breakup without breaking down. And I say in 2 weeks because I am going away next week, so I won't be here to do the episode, but I will see you again in 2 weeks where we're going to talk about that, and it's going to be a good one too, guys, because let's be honest, I think that we all break down during a breakup.